6 years since I moved to Puerto Rico. Absolutely wild how fast the time has gone by. So in today's video, I am going to be giving you a 6-year update of living in Puerto Rico. For those of you that don't know, I moved from California to Puerto Rico in 2018. Most people see me and they're like, wait, I thought you left Puerto Rico, and they just didn't watch until the very end of my April Fool's video of leaving Puerto Rico. So I never left, I'm still here. How long will I be in Puerto Rico for? I always say until it's not fun anymore. And as of now, it's still really fun. And when I moved to Puerto Rico, I thought I was only going to be here for 3 years. And here I am 6 years later. I've started two businesses since I moved to the island. And so in today's video, I'm gonna be getting into that. I'm gonna be getting into what I didn't anticipate in terms of value, of the quality of people that I was gonna meet when I came here. But on the flip side, all of the scam artists that Puerto Rico attracts. I never really thought that, okay, scam artists would love a situation like this. There's a lot of wealthy people moving to the island for the tax incentives. Perfect ground to find people to scam that have money, right? So going to be getting into a little bit of that today. I'm going to be talking about what it was like starting a business here in Puerto Rico. So two very different, I guess, business approaches, and I started my second business back in August. So I want to be getting into what my fears were in the beginning and how those are just, it didn't matter. My fears did not matter. They never came to life. They were just these preconceived notions of fears and pushback from starting a business here without being a local, but that was definitely not the case. I'm going to be talking about surviving here without speaking Spanish and how I've managed to survive, and if I feel safe here, and just like the pros and some of the cons of living on the island. So like I mentioned, I'm still here. People see me all the time and they're like, I thought you left, but no. Puerto Rico took maybe 3 years to feel like home. In the very beginning, I was always looking forward to my next flight off of the island. Now I don't enjoy leaving and I'm always looking forward to return. And I would say after 2 to 3 years, it took that of being just so pulled to the island and just gravitating here and it truly feeling like a home. One thing that really helped me get there was finding a home that I actually really enjoyed being in. My first places I didn't really like. They were too small, they just didn't feel comfortable to me. And so my home now, I really love it and I enjoy it, and I actually have committed to purchasing furniture, which I was so hesitant to in the beginning. And when I talk to people here, it seems like a lot of people downgrade their life when they come to Puerto Rico. They have a lesser nice car, a lesser nice home and living situation. And that's because Puerto Rico is an unbelievable expensive place to live. And like, you know, when you think about what $30 million will get you in like California versus Dorado Beach, it's like a massive, massive difference. And so I think that's one reason why people don't really fully feel at home or enjoy their time here, or just trying to get off of the island after 6 months, is because their living situation is not as good as what they're used to and their previous living situation. So I think that's a huge component. Once I found a place that I loved and enjoyed and was proud to call home and invite people into my home, it really changed everything for me. So that's one thing that I highly recommend. I am someone that I would consider is an outlier when it comes to my attitude and my opinions about Puerto Rico. A lot of people come here and as just humans are focused on all the negatives. They're focused on the sketchiness that is here. And what I mean by sketchiness is like your landlord that never gives you your deposit back, although you did no damages to the house. Or, you know, when I took my my motorcycle to go get repaired and I get it back, the battery is missing and the CDI is missing, and kind of correlates with the situation of the place is completely out of all parts for my particular vehicle. So there's some bullshit here and there, but I just say that is like the tax that you pay to live in paradise. It's never going to be perfect, but you know, if you're someone that focuses on all the negativity and has a really poor attitude about things, and you can't just like laugh things off, this is probably not the place for you and you're not going to be happy here. So if you're someone that focuses on the beauty Like I posted this photo that I thought was super cool of me with one of my scooters by this painted flag in Old San Juan. And I thought the picture was cool. And I'm just like, awesome, like the cobblestone streets, the Puerto Rican flag. And then someone commented about, oh, like Puerto Rico is disgusting or something along the lines of like the graffiti or whatever. And he saw that photo as like gross and disgusting because of all the graffiti. And like, I actually thought it was a super cool photo. And it really made me realize that it depends on the type of person that you are and what you choose to see. Like I choose to see the beauty of Puerto Rico. The beaches are incredible. The weather is amazing. The nature component is massive to me. And it just depends what you focus on. So yeah, if you are someone that loves the news and you love negativity and that's all you focus on, you have trained your brain to focus on the worst things in life, don't come here. It's not the place for you. You're just, I want to say you're too soft to be here. You got to kind of like have some resilience, I feel like, to be able to handle Puerto Rico. And my friend made a good point. It's like 95% heaven and 5% hell, and I can totally get down with that. But there's something so special about being able to live where people vacation. Puerto Rico feels like vacation every single day. And it's really funny because in my early 20s and my mid 20s, I was all about traveling and I had this very deep desire to travel. And I'm kind of weirded out by the fact that I've lost like the desire to get on an airplane and travel across the world and all of those things. And I don't know if it's just because I'm getting 30 and my body's like settled down and procreate, or if it's because Puerto Rico feels like a vacation every single day. And so, the weather's amazing. I'm at the beach, like every day feels like vacation. So like maybe it fulfills my desire to travel and explore and the sense of being on vacation because it feels like I'm on vacation every day. I'm not sure. I'm trying to get down to the bottom of this. But so when I came to Puerto Rico, I came here, which I hate when people ask me, but I have to tell the truth. I came for the tax incentives. And I came here for 0% capital gains. And when I moved to Puerto Rico, I wanted to be in a city, in an atmosphere where I was surrounded by a crypto Bitcoin community. And when I was in California, I would drive 2 hours to Bitcoin meetups all the time. And I wanted to learn, I wanted to understand, and I wanted to be immersed in the community. And I didn't know exactly where I fit in the ecosystem of crypto, if it was getting a job within crypto and not really Bitcoin, of just like, I don't know if it was like getting a job or maybe like having this long-lasting YouTube channel. I didn't know. I just know that I wanted to be very involved. I didn't know where I really fit. And so I guess, the extent of my involvement in the ecosystem is creating some content. I know I don't do it that often anymore in the Bitcoin and the crypto space. But that was the reason why I came here. And I was always at the meetups and really immersing myself. And I got really tired of going to the meetups, and it was just like, felt like very repetitive. I really haven't gone to many of those in years, but that's why I came. And so my first 3 years, I kind of just like chilled out. I think I was also like really decompressing from a very stressful business situation that I started. Like I dropped out of college when I was 19 and I started a business. And I did that for 5 years, and I gave it everything that I had, to the point where I just looked so unhealthy at the end of it. And then I came to Puerto Rico, and then I chilled out of it. And it was never my intention here to start a business. That was never my intention. I would even have conversations with people of like how we would feel kind of bad in a sense to start a business here or ever get a job here, because like we would feel like we're taking from locals, which is like kind of weird, but I would never say that about someone that moves from another country to the United States. But then this is a problem with Puerto Rico. There is so many gaps that need to be filled, and there is so much opportunity here. And yes, the Bitcoin, the crypto market was not really performing how I anticipated, and I got scammed in many, many ways, and I lost a lot of money, even outside of Bitcoin and crypto. There was a guy here, and there was maybe like 15 or 20 of us on the island that were investing with him, and he was managing our money, nothing crypto related. He basically stole $4 to $5 million collectively from all of us, and so I myself took a $300,000 hit from that, and he recently got arrested in the UK. I have no idea what's going to happen with him. I've kind of just mentally moved on from that situation because the odds of me ever getting my money back is so slim. And it's just like, I'm gonna put my time and my energy and my resources into what's next for me and recovering from that situation. And so, yeah, this island does attract super sketchy, scammy people that you really have to be careful of. And that was just something kind of recently that I caught on to, is just because when you're not like a scam artist yourself, you don't really like think that other people are capable of being so terrible. And, you know, I'm starting to learn very simple things in life, like not everyone has empathy, you know? How did I not figure that out sooner? And, yeah. So, you know, sketchy people, they love Puerto Rico. Why? Because there's a lot of wealthy people that are open, willing to invest, and, you know, open to listening to your pitch or whatever. And so, yes. So that's like, you know, like I mentioned, I came for the tax incentives. And then 3 years ago, I started a Jeep rental business. And that business was like more low key, like we didn't really advertise. It was a small fleet. We just found all of our customers through like a Facebook travelers group. And we were kind of like more in a low key situation. And so we would have never really felt pushback from locals in a sense. I mean, I got a lot of pushback on social media wise. I think I probably got death threats, but when these comments were coming through, I really didn't take the time to click see translation. And in that moment, I was like, I'm really glad that I don't speak Spanish, because I would accidentally be seeing these very negative, very intense, probably death threat comments of people just hating me for being here and coming for the tax incentives. That stuff has never really scared me. Have had 0 people ever approach me in real life, but I would say that there was one day a couple years ago that I was intensely attacked, like probably 300 inbox messages, several hundred comments on my Instagram and my YouTube comments of people just going at me. And I don't even remember exactly why it was, but I must say that like I went out and about that day and I was constantly looking over my shoulder and anticipating someone to just kind of like physically attack me at any moment. And for a while after that, if I would be like walking and a car would like slowly like drive up to me or next to me, I'd be like, oh, this is probably gonna be like a drive-by shooting situation. And that is like so extreme, and I understand that, but like I definitely went through that for a period of time, but it never really scared me away from the island. It definitely was like a mind trip for a period of time, but you know, I'm still alive, and it definitely went away. And so when I started in August, I started doing scooter rentals, gas scooter rentals. And I was super like hesitant and anticipating pushback, because I would be in these situations where I'm like, okay, like the corner market store, I would like to put my scooter there with like a rent me sign on it, and I'd be happy to pay this guy rent. There's this space that he's not utilizing. And I went in there just like anticipating like, oh my gosh, this guy is never going to give me like an opportunity or want to like have a like, you know, work out a deal with me. And he was so kind and open, and yeah, absolutely, add your business cards by my counter. And I've had such positive feedback of locals, Ubers. Like honestly, when I started my business, I would be like on the phone telling my friend like what my plans were on my way to go pick up some like new scooters that I bought. And the Uber driver's like, sorry, I was eavesdropping, but that's a fantastic idea, and I think your business is gonna be so successful. And I just had these little key moments along the way that if I would had any doubt at any moment, those people like gave me the additional push to like push past. And these are locals, and like I said, I feel like there could be some hesitation of like a girl coming from the States starting a business, and I was anticipating a lot of pushback and like people not really wanting to help me. And I'm not really saying help like give me something, but like help me in terms of let me park my scooter here with a rent me sign on it in exchange for giving you a monthly payment, you know, paying rent here. And so, you know, then I went to hotels and I was giving them information about my business and saying, hey, I'll give you like a kickback or whatever. And they were so kind and opening and welcoming, and I was just like, that was not what I was anticipating. I was anticipating a heck of a lot of pushback and like, who do you think you are coming here starting a business? But here's the thing. I came to Puerto Rico for the tax incentives, and now like I am so passionate about people coming here and visiting and having a positive experience. And you know, one of the reasons why I started the Jeep rental business 3 years ago was because when I was here for the first 2 years, I did not have a car. And every time I would go rent a car, I had a very poor experience, right? It was hidden fees, waiting for several hours for the car. And I was like, I can do better. Like, I won't have hidden fees. I can give people, a process that's super simple and easy, and the car's immediately available when they pick up, and we're booking each individual car, and we're not overbooking people. And I knew I was able to give such a better service so easily. It didn't even really take that much. And now, like, I feel so much fulfillment and joy in helping people have a super positive experience in Puerto Rico. And that's something that I'm super passionate about and I'm super focused on, and it's what keeps me up at night, and it is why I lose sleep and I'm constantly fucking anxious. It's because I am just like, how can I give people the best experience possible? And I bend backwards, and I feel like I'm way more stressed because I'm like, I will do anything and everything to make sure people have the best possible experience in Puerto Rico. And that is now why I'm here. This is what keeps me here over 300 days out of the year, and it's fun and it's exciting. And the other day I was just like walking, and I had a customer call me, and I was just like, oh no, like, what's wrong with the scooter? She's like, nothing's wrong. I just wanted to tell you, girl, I travel so much and I just had the absolute best day on the scooter. And she was just like, I just had like chills down my arms of, yes, I'm getting it. Like, I am giving people the absolutely like best experience I can. I'm helping people better enjoy this island, because I'm sorry, renting a car, I get it. If you have a family, the Jeep is like the most fun car that you can rent here on the island. But if you are single, or if you are someone that, like a couple, the scooter will enhance your experience immediately. The most joyous moments that I have had when I am traveling is on a scooter, and I know that it's going to make people's experience significantly better, and that's something that I love and am so excited about. So that's been my experience starting a business, super positive. And just so you know, everyone here that is a resident of Puerto Rico is capable of applying for the Young Entrepreneurs Act. If you're between the ages of, I believe, 16 and 35, you do not pay any taxes on the first $500,000, and there's other benefits as well. So I did file my business under the Young Entrepreneurs Act. In terms of speaking Spanish, my Spanish is very poor, but let me tell you what, if you're gonna start a business here, you need some Puerto Ricans on your side. I have 2 Puerto Ricans that help me out 6 to 7 days a week, and it is the best thing. They really help me when it comes to the Spanish situation. I am embarrassed to say that I do not speak Spanish after being here for 6 years, but it is what it is, and I'm gonna blame it on my hearing issues. Like I said, when will I leave Puerto Rico? When it's not fun anymore, but it's still really, really fun. Do I feel safe here? So this is a fun story that I should tell. When it comes to the scooters, every once in a while they get stolen, and I've really done a good job. I give people pretty much everything that they need to not get the scooter stolen, and some people don't follow my directions and the scooter gets stolen. And the police, unfortunately, in most cases, are just not that helpful. So let me give you an example. The day before Easter Sunday, a scooter gets stolen, 10:30 p.m. I was sleeping, so I couldn't take action until the morning. So I go to where the scooter's last location was, and it was not there. So then I'm like, okay, now I have to file a police report. I go do that. I sit there for an hour. All they're asking me about is where the scooter was stolen from. I'm like, I have a live location, an updated location of where the scooter is. Why do you ask me 100 times where it was stolen from? Does that matter? Why are we looking in the rearview mirror? Dude, I have a solution. I am serving you like a closed case on a silver platter. Can you just please help me get my scooter? And so then the guy's like, well, yeah, nobody's really working today, because there was unfortunately an off-duty police officer that did get shot a few days prior to that. And so everyone was kind of like observing the weekend for him because of that situation. And so then I'm like, okay, I have a location, but he told me like, oh, no one's really gonna help you today. I'm like, all right, let me take matters into my own hands, which is something that I do frequently. I call up my friend, I'm like, hey, I hope you have plans today, it's Easter Sunday, but if you don't, you wanna come with me to recover this scooter? So, like we've done many times, you just walk into someone's garage, house, whatever it is, and you say, this is mine, thank you. They never resist. Why? Why are they gonna resist you taking something that was never theirs to begin with? you take it back. But then there's so much extra work that is behind it. Now I have to take the scooter to like 30 minutes away, have them inspect it so they could take it off of the stolen vehicles list. And I'm just like, why did I file this report to begin with? You were really never going to help me. And so, do I feel safe here? I actually do. And I walk into these people's garages to get my things back unarmed. My friend on the way there, he's like, should we like take a weapon? And I'm like, do you have any weapons? Because I don't. Probably shouldn't say that so people know that I'm not armed. But I'm like, maybe I should get a bulletproof vest, get a taser, maybe like dress up in a security guard outfit, maybe look a little bit more official. Is that a good idea, bad idea? I guess I'll just have to test whatever I think is gonna work out best. But overall, I actually feel safe here, and I would say Puerto Ricans are way more afraid of each other than I am of Puerto Ricans. Like, there is an unbelievable fear amongst each other that I don't understand. I don't get it. Puerto Rico just feels like freedom. That's why I love it. I'm a very freedom-based person. That is like one of my top values. Puerto Rico feels like an adult playground. There is so much to do all the time. No matter what you want to do, there is always something to do. Whether you're a sporty person, an outdoorsy person, a party animal person, there is something for every single person here. So that is just a little bit about what it's been like in Puerto Rico. I feel like overall it's been a very positive experience, and I say that after having like 10 scooters stolen. And that's because when I started the scooter business, I anticipated 1 scooter a month to be stolen, and I'm doing better than that. So proud of that. And after somewhere between 8 and 10 thefts, there's only 2 that are still missing. And that's because I was not here on the island to take matters into my own hands. So that's all that I have for you today on my 6-year update of life in Puerto Rico. Hope you have an amazing day, and as always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.